Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our 2020 PAC meeting. Um, it's a bit different this year, but our goal with things is just to make it happen regardless of what we need to do. And we're going to make this PAC meeting happen, and hopefully you can get the information you need, and it'll be beneficial for you. And just know that this meeting will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And then after this, we'll have plenty of time to log on to the next meeting with the individual coaches. So with that, what I'll be doing here is I'll share the screen and then I'll go through the slides and go from there. So, all right, our 2020 fall season parent athlete coach meeting. My name is Douglas Veit. I'm the activities director. This is my 35th year in the school district, my 14th year as AD. This is our new signage out front of school with our tiger head logo on it. The purpose of this meeting, we'll review activity-related information and provide the parents the opportunity to be informed and to ask questions. We are part of the Hiawatha Valley League. These are the schools that are in our conference. Byron, Cannon Falls, Cass and Manorville, Kenyon Wanamingo, Pond Island, Rochester Lourdes, Stewartville, Lake City, Goodhue, Triton, and Zumbrota, Mazeppa. As you know, there's been many changes with the scheduling, and it's been a challenge for the high school league. And they're doing the best they can, on short timelines with this information. But recently, they changed our fall season a little bit. So what's going to happen this fall, we're still fortunate enough to have the boys and girls cross country, we'll have girls tennis, and boys and girls soccer. The winter at this time looks like boys and girls basketball, dance, and wrestling. And again, that they're going to be meeting in October, and they'll make some decisions on maybe how to proceed with winter again with the information they have in October. Our winter spring, which is new, this is going to go March 15 to May 15, and that will be for football and volleyball. Spring summer, what they've done is push all of the spring sports later. So from May 15 to July 15, we'll have boys and girls golf, boys and girls track and field, baseball, softball, and boys tennis. Fine arts that we offer: one-act play, speech, solo ensemble, adaptive bowling. That too is going to be determined. We don't know how these things are going to work out, but believe me, trust me, we're going to do everything we can in our power to make things happen. It will take some creativity, but we're hopefully going to make some things happen for us. Also on the bottom, I put the fall practice options for football and volleyball and spring sports. This is something that we're looking at. It's in the planning stages. We do know some things, but I don't want to put any information out until we have everything in order. So you can look for something maybe next week on that. Other activities: weight room, math league, first robotics, vocal and instrumental music opportunities, the all-school play, bowling, clay target league, and again, the specifics of these activities are to be determined. Here's a shot from a tennis match last fall, the girls. The online registration, I'm going to let my administrative assistant, Adam Shimano, chime in here now and speak up. Adam, wait, I'll put it on mute here if I can. Oops.
There we go. Can you turn your volume down? That could be why we're getting some feedback. Good evening, everybody. Just want to let everybody know that, again, as in the past, all of our registrations are taken care of online through the school website. And if you ever have any questions about that, you feel free to call me and I can help you through those questions you may have. Physical exams this year is the only paper I need. I only need that top portion of the physical exam. I don't need any of those papers that go underneath it. And you are able to scan that and email it to me. That actually works really well. I do have laptops available here out in front of the office, and if you need those, you can use them to sign up for your activities. We ask that you don't use a cell phone or an iPad. The program just isn't built for those items, so try to use a desktop computer. Your fees can be paid online or by cash and check. And then what to think about when we get into our winter, spring, and our summer seasons is if you are getting into a position where you're going to meet our family cap of $340, please give me a call. I track those items and I can tell you how much you owe if you owe anything. Just want to let everybody know that I will be in the office on Friday, that's tomorrow, for your assistance if you need it, and enjoy the rest of the program.
All right, thank you, Adam. Items on record in the activities office before the start of practice. We need to know a lot of these things. Oftentimes people think if I do it once, I'm set for all sports seasons. That's not the case. A lot of these you need to do each season. So if you're out for 3 sports, you'll need to do it 3 times. The high school league eligibility statement, you can find that online. That's each season. Insurance waiver online each season. The physical exam, that's good for 3 years. Now notice I highlighted that the high school league made an adjustment this year. For the 2020-21 school year, the high school league has extended existing physicals on record to 4 years. Now what that means, those sophomores who typically would need to submit another physical this year, they're extending that to 4 years. But if you're a 7th grader, if you're a first timer, you have to get that physical in. The high school league annual sports health questionnaire online, do that each season. Our fees, $75 for 7th and 8th grade, $95 for grades 9 through 12, and $340 family cap. And there are scholarships are available for those who need, so just feel free to check with us if you're in that situation. Complete your registration and payment each individual season. If you're a 3 and this year maybe a 4-sport athlete, you must register and pay 3 to 4 times. Last week, as I mentioned earlier, the high school league, they're providing us with information. We act on it as quickly as we can. But we did have our registration open prior to getting this COVID-19 notification of risk acknowledgement. So for those people who registered early, and Adam has been in touch with you, we've sent that out. You need to do that, read that, and let us know that you've read that. And that's now part of our registration process. So if you haven't registered yet, it'll be there for you. Here's our marching band to the halftime show. Adam, can you take that back one?
What's that?
Can you take it back one slide?
I don't have control of the slide.
Okay. Admission, activity fees. Again, you're going to hear this a few times, to be determined. We just found out today that there's potential for a 250 spectator limit at events. And we don't know what that's all going to mean. We don't know how we're going to be able to handle that. But as soon as we get that resolved and dealt with, we will get information out to you. We have some good ideas. We'll get everybody at the games that we can. But one situation that's going to adjust, with there not being any football, we're going to move our soccer out to the football field. So that will also help us to funnel in people and track how many people are coming in. And we'll see how it works. Hopefully that works out well, but more information will be available when we have it. Admission will be $6 and $4, $4 for the students and senior citizens, $6 for adults. When we get to section events, it'll be $7 and $5. Activity passes, here too, we are going to hold off on activity passes for the time being. We thought, with not knowing what's going to happen for sure in the winter, we don't want to sell you an activity pass that would only be good for the fall season. So plan to just be paying individually through our soccer season. That's our one offering in the fall that you need to pay to go to. The cross country and tennis, those are free admission. So we're just going to hold off on activity passes for now. But when and if they're available, we'd be looking at them for the winter season. It'd be $60 for adults, $40 for students and senior citizens, and $190 family limit. Let me see, the honors pass, again, we'll be offering that. Girls soccer, boys soccer in action after the game. Communication tools. Now, the high school league site, that's new this year. They've revamped it. It's got a new look to it. So when you go on there, it's going to have a different look, but just take a little time to check that out and get familiar with that, and that'll have information. Eventually, that'll have schedules and rosters and good information for you to check out. We also have the hvlconference.org for the Hiawatha Valley League. And with that, now all the schedules should be set. We've been working the last few days to get the boys and girls soccer set. They should be set with their 11 games. Tennis, they have their 11 matches. Cross country, we just got that finalized late this afternoon, and the head coaches will have more to talk about in your individual meetings with that. The activity scheduler app. What I would like you to do is maybe let's do this right now. We'll take a minute just to get you on this, because this is it's a valuable tool, and especially with all the potential changes, I'd like people to have it on their phones. So if you want to, you can do this right along with me. If you go to the App Store and find the activity scheduler, you'll see it's got a blue hat and with a RST on it. Once you get into that, I'll give it a couple more seconds here. Adam, are you by chance doing it? I'm just gonna hold it up here so yeah, good idea. So in there, once you got there, you have Our School Today mobile, and then click Setup. So then you're on the setup. Once you do that, then all the states will appear. So scroll down till you get to Minnesota. Click on Minnesota. And then what you're going to see is all the conferences. So scroll down. You see the Big Nine. Let's keep rolling. Central Lakes, Chisholm Public Schools. Keep on scrolling down. Got the Gopher Conference. Okay, Hiawatha Valley League Conference. Click on that. Oh no, you'll see Lake City under those schools in our conference are listed. Go ahead and click on Lake City. And then there you'll have it. All of our schedules are right there. You can see starting out with girls tennis, opening day with varsity and JV, practice at 8 a.m. the high school tennis courts. So hopefully that'll be a good tool for you. It allows you to view schedules, choose dates and view the date. But hopefully that'll be a great, again, tool for you. We have the school website. We have Twitter, Lake City Activities at Attitude and Effort. And that's kind of a daily, if we're at activities, if we're at an event, I like to take a picture, send something out, or if our individual sports, if they send something out, I'll retweet it. But Twitter is a fun thing for kids to use, people to use. Also, our individual sports have websites. That's on the school website. Activities office, there's our number, and there's our hours, 651-345-2850, and hours 7:30 to 4. Here's our football team on the victory walk. Athletic trainer, Kathy Sheehan. Kathy's been with us for a few years now. She does a great job. We are in the planning stages. We're hoping to stick with Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 4 p.m. Now, note that if we're in the hybrid plan for our return to learn, that we will still be having practices, competitions when they're scheduled on Mondays. So I figured we'll start out the year with Kathy still coming on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 4. Referrals to the trainer, they must come from the coach. So parents, you cannot make a request. Student athletes cannot make a request. It has to come from the coach, because we want the coach to be aware of any injuries, because sometimes kids won't tell the coaches, and the coaches are kind of out of the loop. So we want to make sure it's going through the coach. Kathy, starting last year, was it the year before, she's on site for our events, and it's a great benefit to our coaches. You know, when things happen, coaches are in the middle of a game, and this allows, you know, a better person, a more qualified person to take care of the injuries. So she's on site for junior varsity and varsity soccer, football, cross country, basketball, dance, and wrestling competitions. The baseline concussion testing. Again, we had all that lined up, but we've put that on the back burner. We are working on it. We hope to have it available. Because I know ideally, especially for our soccer kids, we want to have that option for them to get that baseline test. And as soon as we get a plan set, we'll get that information out. Here's our cross country team, their send-off last year to state. Informational meetings and recognition programs. We have the seasonal parent-athlete coach meetings, and a lot of times you'll hear the same information, but I just think it's a great reminder for people of what's going on, and I thank you for those people who I know have been to many of these. You're seeing some of the same information, but we're always consistent with what we offer for the most part, and it's good for you to get these reminders. Academic recognition, we have a Spotlight on Scholarship breakfast. The Booster Club Senior Banquet, we recognize a dream team, and that's for 3 sport letter winners with a 3.0 or higher GPA and no high school league violations. We also have a AAA award for seniors and an Excel award for the juniors. These are last year's AAA award winners, Carl Roll and Brendan Nelson. Here's our Excel award winners from last year, Kaylee Munsuper, Joe Kozlowski. Spotlight on Scholarship. We do this in the fall and winter seasons for juniors and seniors with a 3.0 or higher grade point average while participating in an MSHSL sponsored activity. Here's the kids last year at the breakfast. Bus transportation. Now this is a piece too where we're not absolute on things, but we have a real good idea. And ideally, team members ride to and from competitions with the team. But due to COVID, we respect requests to give your son or daughter a ride to, from events, and ask that you communicate these requests in 1 of 2 ways. Well, I'd like you to notify me by email or phone call to our office, and we can let the coaches know. If you choose just to take your son or daughter home from an activity, you can sign out on site with the coach. But please know that we still do not want neighbors, friends, or relatives taking the kids from events. But we will be flexible. You know, if you're in a situation where you choose a distance learning and you're wondering about rides, you can take them to the event and meet the team, and you can take them home. But again, we need to make sure that's clearly communicated. So make sure you do a good job with that if that's what you'd like to do. Also on the bottom there, note when walking to Bluffview for practices and games, all students should take Lakewood Avenue and cross at the crosswalks. Please do not cut across railroad tracks or cross when the arms are down. Believe it or not, we've had issues with that, and it's very unsafe. So please follow that guideline. Here's our dance team. The last couple of years, we've hosted the section competition. Athletic Booster Club. This is our community members volunteering their services and skills to help support our activities programs. This started back in 1988. Meetings are on the second Wednesday of the month. And regardless, we will continue those meetings, whether it be if we're allowed to be in the building or if they're virtual, we will have those meetings. All of our athletic programs are involved in benefit. Leaders of the Athletic Booster Club, our president, longstanding president Chris Gassner, he retired from that position. So Dina Huddle was the previous vice president. She stepped up into that role. Vice president is Derek Stripling, treasurer Cheryl Gillette, secretary Sam Kabista. I want to note that our coupon book sale started today. Sounds like they got off to a good start. You'll see the sale information in the graphic and the shopper. And you can follow the Athletic Booster Club on Facebook for current information. There's our volleyball team after their subsection second place finish. Ladder communication. If there's a question or concern, it really needs to start with the player to the coach. Then if that's not solving the issue, then the parent to the coach, and then it'd be parent to the activities director, parent to the high school principal, and parent to the superintendent of schools. We ask that you please follow that ladder communication if you ever have any questions or concerns. Student athlete eligibility, Mr. Iberg, our assistant principal, he's in charge of academic eligibility and high school league violations. And the way we do this, Mr. Iberg, he communicates with the parents and the student athletes, and I communicate with the coaches. Here's a speech team last year at subsections. Here's our all school play. Expectations for our student athletes. Keep things pretty simple. Always have a positive attitude and give your best effort. Respect officials and accept their decisions at all times. Never forget that you represent our school, and be a great teammate. Expectations for coaches, again, simple. Make it fun. Lead players and spectators to respect officials by setting a good example, and be a positive role model in all you do. Expectations for the spectators, keep emotions in balance. Know the school gets the praise or blame for your conduct. Speak up when others are being poor sports. Sportsmanship should be a community-wide approach. Parent role or expectations for our parents, so positive support, healthy statements for your kids before games. Have fun and play hard. Afterwards, ask them if they had fun and let them know you're proud of them. Ways for you to be involved. We talked about the Booster Club earlier. You can be involved with taking pictures at invitationals. They always need help with concession stands and ticket sellers. So those are some things that you could do to help the program. Here's a start line at the state cross country meet. If you've never been there, that's quite a scene. Here's our state dance team girls. Qualities of the ideal coach: being a good listener, cares for everybody on the team, knowledgeable, and motivational. Qualities of the ideal parent: supportive, comes to games, events, is calm and caring. Here's our boys basketball last year after a conference championship. Here's the wrestlers after their placements at the section tournament. Here's our girls basketball after their conference championship. Why are students involved in athletics and/or activities? Number one reason, to have fun. Another reason, to be with friends, stay busy, and learn to balance schoolwork, and activities. If you're interested in becoming an official or an umpire, let me know. There's a shortage. It's a struggle. We've been pretty fortunate. We had to do some juggling last year in basketball, but these are lists of our current helpers. And if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know. Something to think about. Now what I did, I did this slide last year. I put it in and I kept my 2019 comments on there. How do you want to be remembered? Don't take your opportunities for granted. And understand how fortunate we are. And to add on to that this year, I really want us all to focus on the positive and being grateful for our opportunities. I know there's changes with our fall, but in all honesty, we know what's happening in our world, and for us to be able to still have the seasons we have, we're fortunate. And please control the things that you can control to give us all the best chance of competing throughout this school year. Some final reminders: the letter jacket salesman, there's his information there. Big Athletic online stores, each sport will be offering apparel. Boys and girls soccer has been ordered. Cross country is in the process. We'll also be offering non-sport specific online apparel at some time, probably around Christmas time. And please note that face masks, we have some Lake City Tiger face masks and some bandanas, the ones that you pull down. Those will be sold in the activities office when they come in. On our last slide, the Zoom coaches meeting, links for those individual sport meetings have been shared in an email that was sent yesterday. If you're not getting those emails, please let me know so that we can make sure, because we might be communicating more that way. Let me know so we can make sure you get that information. Links are also posted on the public school website. Cross country head coach Cook, boys soccer Coach Palmer, girls soccer Coach Zemke, and girls tennis Coach Huddle. These meetings will start at 7:30, so you see that gives you about 5 minutes. Please allow the coaches time to get those meetings started. If you need a password for the meeting, it will be 1234. And if after your coaches meetings you have further questions or anything that we can help you with, please contact us at the activities office. Again, I want to thank you for attending our Zoom meeting. Hopefully it worked out well for you. And this is being recorded, so if there's pieces that you'd like to look back on and reflect on, you sure can do that. But again, thank you, and remember, let's all keep a positive attitude, give our best effort, and have a great year. Thank you.